Hey busy crafters, welcome to my channel. Welcome back if you are returning. My name is Jessica and you're watching The Busy Housewife, and we have a wonderful collaboration for you. It is called the Ugly Duckling collaboration, where we take something that needs a little bit of love and give it some upgrades. We could turn it into something totally different, or we could just give it a facelift. That's exactly what I'm going to do here, is give it a facelift and add a little bit of things to it. And what we are working with here is we are working with this very old buffet. So this is the before, and I will show you what happens with it after. So stay tuned and I will show you what we're going to do with this. All right, bye. Okay, so this is called the Ugly Duckling Challenge, and it is hosted by Desert DIY. Be sure to go on over there and give her some love, as well as everybody and all the other creators in the playlist. The challenge for this is that we have to use autumn tones. So anything that's like autumn is what we have to use. Your browns, your oranges, whatever. So this is my furniture flip, and we are going to be flipping this very old buffet. So stay tuned. Okay, so here is the piece that we are going to be working with, and that is Artemis. She's trying to make her debut. I told her that she can't be a diva, but she doesn't believe me. But anyways, back to this. All right, so this is what we're dealing with. We have, it's very dirty. We got it from the buildup. Now I got it from an estate. It wasn't a sale. The lady ended up passing away, and they just sent everything out there for free. So this is what we are working with right here. And it's very scratched up, damaged. I do believe that those are probably going to be very hard. I will have to hand sand those myself. Don't look at the deck. That will be a later project. Okay, and then it is very bad. And then this is the top of it. And what it is an old, it's an old buffet. And this one right here, very scratched up and everything. But when you pull this one out, that is where you keep all of your silverware and everything. Now, I do like the purple, so we're probably just going to clean that up a bit. And then over here, I thought there might have been a shelf that had to be in here, but I don't think so, because I'm not seeing any of the holes that a shelf would have been. So I guess this was just where you just stacked up your tablecloths and everything. Who knows? I've never had a buffet. And so this is the before, and then I can't wait to show you the after. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off by sanding the whole thing down, taking off the hardware, and going from there. So I hope you enjoy it. Okay, so what I'm doing here is I am taking it apart, and I am just taking the hinges off the doors, and we're going to do it with both of them. Now, there was one screw that I was afraid that I wasn't going to be able to get out, because I think what they did is they stained it and then put it back on before the stain was completely dry, because it was really stuck. Or it could have just been, I don't know, it could have been anything. But right here, we're taking off the doors, we're going to be taking out the drawers, and we're going to be removing the hardware from all the pieces. Now, I did want to replace the hardware, but that was unfortunately not going to happen. And when I put the old hardware back on, I was actually not disappointed at all. So that was like a happy mistake, I guess. But yeah. So now I'm just going to go ahead and sand it. Now, whatever you do, wear a mask when you sand, because my lungs were burning the next day and I have asthma. So yeah, just wear a mask. Okay, so I'm going to finish sanding that so you don't have to watch the whole thing, and I'll show you when it is done being sanded. All right, I'll see you in a while. Okay, so it is completely sanded down the best that I possibly can. Those are my dogs. Artemis is a diva. She's a diva. Yes, you are, diva. Okay, anyways, so everything is sanded down. Now I have it flipped over here so that way I could do the legs a little bit easier. And yeah, so now on to the fun stuff. Okay, so the project is getting ready to be painted right now. The challenge for this is we had to do a fall themed. So I was thinking brown and orange. This is in the 70s, but I went on Pinterest and I found some deep fall colors that I think will work. And so the first one for the main part, the base, the whole base, is going to be cornstalk. I was looking for honey wheat, but then I went to Home Depot and found cornstalk, and I'm like, cornstalk for fall themed? Yeah, so for the whole body, legs and body, is going to be cornstalk. And then I found divine wine. So we have cornstalk and divine wine. Those are the colors, if you can see them. I know I live in the forest, so there's a lot of trees and a lot of shadows and everything. So cornstalk, divine wine, and then for the accents that I bought, which I will show a little bit later, we got it's called Very Navy. So that's what we're starting with. We are going to start with the cornstalk and we'll go from there. So let me open this and then I will get ready to start painting. All right, I'll see you soon. Okay, so right here, I had to speed up a little bit as well as do the voiceover for it because my neighbors were doing their gardening. And so all you could hear really was the leaf blowers and everything. So that's why it's like this right here. I have never once fallen in love with yellow as much as I did this yellow. It is very pale and it's very pretty. And so I'm thinking when we move, my next house is going to be these colors because I just love the way that they came out. And yeah, so stay tuned. It's getting better. Okay, so the trip down the mountain was not a total bust. I did get to go to lunch with my amazing, wonderful, and handsome husband, so not a total bust. Hobby Lobby did not have the poles that I needed. They were either way too big or way too small. So unfortunately, I'm just going to have to use the poles and the knobs that I have. So here is it so far painted in cornstalk. I do like the yellow. It's really pretty. I did also go to the Dollar Tree and got some stuff for the insides right here, just to lay down and to make it look a little bit prettier since I couldn't get the poles. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use the originals, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to rough them up. I'm not talking about a bar fight or meeting them in a back alley behind a 7-Eleven. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about just taking some sandpaper, roughing them up a little bit, and then using the Very Navy paint that I have for the other accents that I got for this, and then just painting them that, and then just using that. Now I could have got the bigger poles if I wanted to, but then that means I would have to wood putty the other holes up and then paint over them, and this took just about all of my cornstalk paint. I got it in a quart, not a gallon, it was in a quart, so this took all of the paint, and I just running out of time, and I really did not have the chance to do that, or want the chance to do that, did not have the chance to do that actually. So now we are going to go ahead and start with the top coat, the top, which is the Very Wine, or the deep one. Let's see here, Divine Wine. So let's get started on that. All right. Okay, so here is what the Divine Wine looks like. It is absolutely beautiful, and it is very, very close to the purple that is the little drawer that has the silverware holder. Now, mind you, a quick trip down the mountain for me is basically a drive, an hour drive down the mountain, go straight to where I need to go, and then come back. And then so it's basically a 2-hour drive, one down the mountain, one back up the mountain, and that's only if you go straight to where you need to go. So yeah, and Hobby Lobby didn't have what I wanted, but again, like I said, the finished product, or the finished project with the original pulls and knobs on them turned out absolutely beautiful, and I'm not upset at all. So look at how beautiful this is. Now the base and the top, I did do 2 coats on each of it. So a quart will do that. Now here is the accents that I did, and that is what I'm going to be doing in the very navy. And again, this color is absolutely beautiful, and I am very happy with the way this project turned out. So I had to I did a little sponge dabber thingy, but then I had to take an actual brush and get in between all of it. And yeah, so it took me a little tiny bit longer than I anticipated, but at the end, it was very worth it. And I am very, again, I am very, very happy and proud of the way this piece turned out. And I'm thinking this is my favorite one thus far of all the projects that I did for furniture. Okay, so here's where I went to the Dollar Tree to look for the little wallpaper peel and sticks, and I came across this one, and I wasn't too sure because this is beige and white, or beige and cream or something like that, and I didn't think it would look too nice up against the yellow, and then of course the deep, or the divine wine, and the very navy. But as I put it in there, I was like, you know what, this is actually pretty good, because the other ones that they had were like really loud, colors were not good, so I went with the safest option. And what I had to do there is I actually had to piece it together. I didn't show you on camera that I had to piece it together at the bottom, because it has to go to the edge of the door there. So where you see that lip, it had to go all the way there, and I had to piece it together. What I did on this side, I also did on the other side, and so everything is matching. And I was very happy that there was enough room for, or enough paper for the drawers. Now, here's where I go ahead and put on the accents. This is the finishing touches for this very beautiful and wonderful thing. I put on some hot glue. Well, first I put on some wood glue, and then I put on a little dabber of hot glue. Now, my husband says, hey, do this so you're that way, you don't have to eyeball it. And what he did is he trimmed out the door with masking tape so it didn't take off the paint. And that is how I did it. So, yeah, here we go. And my goodness, yeah, my next dining room will be these colors, absolutely. And if I don't get rid of this piece, I think I'm just going to keep it myself. But, yeah, so here, that's basically what we're doing. Again, it's hot glue, or it's wood glue on the corners and in the middle, and then right next to it is the 2 daubers of hot glue to keep it all together. And even with the old hardware, it looks absolutely beautiful. So here is the final reveal of the finished project, already done. Let me know what you think about it. Are these good enough fall colors? Right now it looks black, and I did not rough up the hardware. They were metal, and I don't think the paint, if I had spray paint, and I was going to go get spray paint, but I was afraid that it wasn't going to match the actual very navy that I have. Here it is what it looks on the inside, and look at right here. Those colors are very close together, so thank you, Lord, because I was not expecting that. That looked more purple, and then up against the divine wine, it looks very close to it. So then here is where I was able to get the drawers papered in, and I got both of those papered in, as well as both of the cabinets on the side. I just cleaned up the silverware holder a little bit, and yeah, even my husband was all like, too bad these are not the colors of our dining room now. I'm like, it's not the color of the dining room in this house. So I don't know if I'm going to hold on to it for a year or if I'm going to sell it. I'm kind of on the table for it, or even just give it to somebody who would appreciate it. So here is the before and the after. Let me know what you think. And I really look forward to the comments. And again, thank you so much, Desert DIY, for hosting this amazing challenge. I really had fun with it. Again, this is the Ugly Duckling Challenge, where we take something that is not so pretty, turn it into something beautiful. And the challenge was to use autumn tones. And I hope that is exactly what I did. So again, thank you so much, Desert DIYs, for hosting this and having me on this collaboration. I really appreciate it. Again, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate every single one of you guys who are subscribed and who are viewing this channel. Thank you so much, and please subscribe. And if you haven't already, well, if you are subscribed, thank you. And if you haven't already, please subscribe, like, share, comment, and hype this video. And until I see you on the next one, may God bless every single one of you. Bye.